Okay, this is the latest update from Alexander Usyk's promoter, Alex Krassyuk, regarding the Tyson Fury negotiations. He said, Frank Warren said he's got a pot and he needs to get the agreement of both parties to participate. And if the money in the pot is not enough, it won't happen. I completely agree with it. On our side, we have nothing more to add. We are not asking for a figure. We are asking for a split, and probably the split doesn't work well if someone is asking for a figure. And I can definitely say that it's not our party. We have said that we want this fight to happen as much as possible, and we are in the position to share whatever the fight generates. If it generates a lot, then we are happy to share it. If it doesn't, it is what it is. But it's all about the glory. It's all about the legacy. It's all about the huge thing. The fight has never happened before, so we are really thirsty to make it happen. But boxing is a sport of two men, and if only Usyk gets into the ring, there won't be a match for undisputed. It will be shadow boxing of the unified champion. What can I say? We are open. We are ready to go. Maybe someone wants to avoid the danger and to stay in a comfortable position. I don't know, and I really don't care. If Tyson doesn't show up, we still have the belts and we go our way. We initially agreed for 50-50, but then Tyson was asking for some bigger money. So we made it clear that we are ready to go to 60-40, but the winner takes 60. That was our latest offer. And when asked whether Fury turned down the offer, Krassyuk said, yes, exactly. He went on to say, I am experienced and I've been here for a while. Normally when a fighter does not want to take a fight, he asks for something impossible so it doesn't take place. On the other side, I'm really optimistic. Maybe Tyson is not ready yet. Maybe he's not ready mentally. Maybe he's not ready physically, whatever. I don't know, and we don't really care. We want to make it happen. If he doesn't want it, we can't make him want it. So what can I say? The fight should happen someday. All right, those are the words of Alex Krassyuk, the promoter of Alexander Usyk. And just to pick up on some of the things he said. Now, first of all, he said that they're asking for a split, and the split they're asking for is 50-50. And this is something that they apparently agreed on. This was something that was reported by Mark Kriegel of ESPN last year. I think it was maybe August or September. He said he'd spoken to Bob Arum, and Bob Arum told him that it's going to be a 50-50 split. But somewhere in the negotiations, Tyson Fury has said, no, there's no 50-50. It has to be me getting the lion's share. So with regards to what Alex Krassyuk said there, he seems to be insinuating that Tyson Fury actually wants a particular figure. And if he does 50-50 with Usyk, he's unlikely to get that figure. Is it something to do with a contract? Does Tyson Fury have a guaranteed minimum per fight with Bob Arum and Frank Warren? I don't know. But at the end of the day, Tyson Fury can take less than what his contract states if he wishes. He doesn't have to stick to that minimum. And as I've said many times in recent videos, what were the Saudis offering Tyson Fury? Did that meet Tyson Fury's minimum guarantee if there is one? Why was Usyk willing to accept his deal with the Saudis, but Fury wasn't willing to accept his own deal? Is Usyk being offered less money to fight Fury in London than he would have got fighting Fury in Saudi Arabia? If that is the case, then Usyk's going to be very frustrated that Fury didn't accept that Saudi deal. Now, obviously, it'll be a pay-per-view if Usyk and Fury fight in the UK, so they won't be able to tell Usyk exactly what he's going to get, but they'll be able to project some figures, maybe based upon Tyson Fury's recent fights and so on. So anyway, moving on to some other things that Krassyuk said. He said Usyk is willing to fight on a 60-40 split where the winner gets 60% and the loser gets 40%. Now, I'm going to speculate here. I don't know, right? This is just pure speculation. I'm going to speculate and say 40% is what Usyk is being offered by Team Fury. And Usyk has perhaps turned around and said, okay, I'll take the 40% you're offering me if I lose. But if you lose, you take the 40%. Now, if Tyson Fury is as confident as he makes himself out to be, with regards to beating Usyk, then he should have no problem taking that deal, right? The same goes for Tyson Fury's fans. You guys should be saying to Fury, to your guy, well, go ahead and take the deal. You're going to beat Usyk. You guys all think that he's going to destroy him. That it's a straightforward fight. That Usyk has virtually no chance. So why are you Fury fans not getting on Fury's case and telling them to accept that deal? 60-40 to the winner. Yeah, if it's as easy as Fury says it is, then no problem. But the reason that he's turned it down, according to Krassyuk, I have to imagine, is because Fury knows that Alexander Usyk is a serious problem for him. And I'm not saying Fury can't win the fight. I'm saying that Fury, who is a boxing man through and through, just like his dad, despite all their rhetoric and nonsense that they come out with, they know damn well that Alexander Usyk presents a massive challenge and is an extremely difficult fight. This is not a big heavyweight with clumsy feet like Deontay Wilder or Dillian Whyte. No, this is the heavyweight with the best feet in the division and the best head movement in the division in Alexander Usyk. Totally different. Try getting off them combinations that Tyson Fury was throwing against Derek Chisora on a moving target like Usyk. Constant head movement, constant foot movement, in and out of range. Totally different proposition. Fury knows this. That's why this fight has yet to be signed. Hopefully it does get signed. Frank Warren, in his latest interview, has given yet another, what do you want to call it, an ultimatum, a deadline, whatever you want to describe it as. He said the fight has to get done by the end of this week. He said that many times previous, and it still hasn't been done, but he said it again this time. So with regards to the 60-40 split, to me it shows, if Tyson Fury has turned that down, how serious a threat he sees Usyk as. And finally, Krassyuk said that Usyk's basically ready to move on. And if this fight doesn't happen, if we get an announcement that Fury's going to fight somebody else, I have to imagine that Fury's intention all along was to run down the clock and not have this fight. I have to imagine that. I can't tell you definitively for certain that that's what it is, but knowing Fury's history and knowing the way fighters tend to behave when they really want a fight versus when they don't want to fight, and given how quiet Fury's been during this negotiation period, I have to go ahead and assume that Tyson Fury, if this fight doesn't get made this week, if Fury goes off and fights somebody else, I have to assume that he never wanted to fight in the first place. Maybe he was hoping that the IBF would force the Hrgovic fight on Usyk and these negotiations would have ended a long time ago. And with regards to why Fury doesn't want it, well, Usyk's team, if this fight doesn't happen, Usyk's team is saying that Fury maybe is in a comfortable position and he doesn't want to compromise his comfortable position. And it's a position where he can make a load of money fighting Derek Chisora in a trilogy fight, selling the pay-per-views for £30 a pop. That's how comfortable Tyson Fury's position is at this point. And he's worked hard to get to this position. Don't get it twisted. Not just in terms of taking risks along the way, but also managing his career very carefully. Again, taking risks, but calculated risks. He hasn't just tried to run through the division and fight everybody, has he? No, he's taken certain fights, certain risks, and he's thought to himself, okay, we can do it this way, and it's going to benefit me in the long run. Going the Deontay Wilder route benefited Tyson Fury in the long run. He could have gone the AJ route. He could have fought AJ a number of times. Didn't want to go that route. Went the Wilder route, and it's worked out for the best. So you have to say that Tyson Fury and his team are very clever people. Right now, the way it's looking, if this fight doesn't get signed this week, it's looking like Tyson Fury is doing what I hoped he wouldn't do, which is waiting for Alexander Usyk to maybe get damaged, start showing some sign of aging, so on and so forth. And then Tyson Fury can come out and say, hey, you guys wanted me to fight Usyk? Look at him, he just had trouble with this guy, or he just lost to this guy. You know, the old Mayweather method, the Mayweather trick. So let's see whether Tyson Fury does that or not. I'm still trying to hold out hope, but you can see from Alex Krassyuk that this is looking very, very sketchy at this point. It's looking as though the fight may not happen. And by the way, to Frank Warren's credit, unlike Eddie Hearn, he gets on TalkSport and faces the fire, right? He faces the music with Simon Jordan, who's not afraid to put these guys on the spot. Eddie Hearn still is ducking that TalkSport Simon Jordan confrontation. Sort it out, Eddie. Frank Warren's willing to go on there. And Frank Warren is a guy who really doesn't like being grilled at all. I mean, Frank Warren, if you compared Frank Warren to, like, let's say a witness in a court case, Frank Warren would be a hostile witness, right? That's how Frank Warren is. He's very belligerent in interviews when he's pressed on anything. But Simon Jordan don't care about that, and he's pressing him anyway. So definitely credit to Simon Jordan for doing that. And fair play to Frank Warren for actually going on that show and getting grilled. Eddie Hearn still can't manage to bring himself to do it. Dear oh dear. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this whole Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk situation. What do you think about the offer from Team Usyk? of 60-40 for the winner. You know, winner takes 60, loser takes 40. Is that fair? To me, I think that's very fair. You know, Tyson Fury, for all his rhetoric, all the winner takes all rhetoric that he's talked about in the past, right? 60-40, it isn't a hype talk as far as I'm concerned. Because sometimes winner takes all, we'll fight for free and all this rubbish. You know that Fury was coming out with regards to an AJ fight, I want to say mid last year. All that nonsense. That is not serious. But in this negotiation right here, 60-40, with the winner taking 60, that's serious. That's a perfectly good offer as far as I'm concerned. And if you're really confident in yourself, remember this fight, if it happens, will be taking place in the UK. It's in Fury's backyard. So shouldn't you be confident in your backyard of getting the win? You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below.
Are you sick and tired of the mainstream mindset? Does the dogmatic conformity and pathological ignorance have you tearing your hair out in frustration? Then don't be alone. Come and join our brotherhood on Patreon. We stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. You'll gain access to my weekly topical podcast where we take more deep dives than Jacques Cousteau on an endless variety of subjects. There's also videos, interviews, live Q&As, as well as a vast back catalogue of previous episodes, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen via the Patreon app or download in high-quality MP3. Connect with myself and hundreds of other members in our Element chat group. There's no contract, no commitment, you can cancel at any time, and it's cheaper than a Mickey D's McMuffin. Just head to my Patreon page via the link below this video and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. I'll see you over there.